The morning show returns for season 3. I checked out the entire season, so I have so much to cover. Folks, let's jump into the review of that right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing season 3 of The Morning Show, which returned to Apple TV Plus September 13th with 2 episodes, and now with a new episode following each and every Wednesday, totaling up to 10 episodes. I checked out the entire season, so thank you so much to Apple TV Plus for opportunity to check it out. And I'm going to tell you that once I started and got on the roll, I could not stop. This season was insane. So much going on. And if you have never checked out The Morning Show, which is definitely one of Apple TV Plus's best series, go back and catch up right now, because season 3 is one you do not want to miss. And you totally want to see everything that happened beforehand that led up to this point. And, you know, again, I checked out all 10 episodes. I'm going to keep it spoiler free, but there's truly so much to cover in this. And what I really love about The Morning Show, and again, I truly feel this is one of their best series, is that I really do love that sort of duality with our real life and what's happening on the show. So things that, you know, us as fans of the show, but people in society are affected by within the world, we do see that becoming a factor into the series. So like last season with the pandemic, and so that leaves you to wonder, what are some of the things that we would cover in season 3? One for certainly is coming out of the pandemic and sort of returning back to a normal world. But then you start to think, well, what's some of the other things that has happened in the world since then? Yeah, they definitely cover it, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. But yes, this does do a little bit of a time jump, bringing us into March of 2022. And with that, a lot of things have changed. Alex and Bradley are promoted to the leads of their primetime news shows. Laura's on the rival morning show. Corey is trying to sell UBA, trying to get somebody to buy. And who would that person be? Oh, just this Elon Musk type of character in Paul Marks, played by John Hamm. He's truly Elon Musk. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And amongst a bunch of other things. And I'm trying to tell you, we truly do go all over, including space. I mean, again, I say Elon Musk, so you kind of know the things Elon Musk is kind of into. Yeah, well, Paul Marks hits all of that. So we go into space. And with that, like, yes, you're going to get all your funny moments. But there is so much drama, because while this character, Paul Marks, really changes the game in terms of all the different things that happen in the season. And again, with Corey trying to sell UBA, they experience a major security breach and a hack. And now the real question is, who did it? And with this, everybody's on edge, because everybody at UBA secrets is being leaked, is being weaponized, and things that were once maybe just a running joke now becomes public. All sorts of things get exposed, and every character is affected by this. So for sure, secrets come to light, and UBA is in total turmoil. And again, beyond just the external perception of what's going on, there's a lot of internal conflict and conflict between one another, the loss of trust. I mean, there's potential legal actions luring, you know, we get exposure to inequality. Folks are just overly getting frustrated. The drama is here. And I'm going to tell you right now, get ready for episode 3. It is special, really, really special. And things do get extremely tough here. And then, like, Alex, let's talk about Alex, because Alex was definitely a subject to a lot of drama in the first 2 seasons, especially season 1. But now that she's kind of already been through that, she's kind of like weathering the storm pretty easily. But let's just say that Alex does not stay clean-handed for the entire season. I'll just say that Alex will get back into shall we say, familiar territory, because it's Alex, man. But I will say, like, for the first half of the season, Alex is definitely navigating this pretty much better than everybody else, because she's been exposed. She's been the subject of controversy. So, this is kind of like whatever to Alice until Alice decides that, she needs to inherit some drama. I'm going to talk about this new character, Chris, played by Nicole Beharie. I believe is how you pronounce her last name. She's an amazing pickup for this season. Chris is another anchor. And I'm going to just say that Chris' character has a lot of heart, a lot of soul, a lot of emotion, and you really can't help but to root for this character. I love this character, and the journey we go on is going to be something special. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm going to say that Chris will go up against a juggernaut, and that is going to be one of the best episodes this season. I can't remember exactly what episode it is, but there's going to be a particular episode that is really focused on Chris that will have you almost speechless. Definitely speechless, almost breathless, should I say there. Corey, the arc with Corey this season, as I mentioned, trying to sell UBA to Paul Marks, but Corey's truly one to watch, because like with all this the hack and the breach, Corey definitely has some skeletons, it seems, but like beyond that, it's just really hard to trust him. I mean, because when it comes to money, he'll cross anybody to make sure that the deal is done and the money is coming in. And money truly will make the worst of people come out, and Corey is absolutely the definition and the subject of that. Bradley is one of my favorite characters. There's not much Bradley very early, but later on in the season, her and Laura relationship will be one of the biggest subjects of the remaining half and the major arc within this season. So I'm going to tell you, while you look at that in terms of romance, and you look at that they're working for different morning shows, it's going to get a lot deeper than that, and Bradley will be tested once again. It's not a season that Bradley ain't going through something, you know what I mean? There is a filler episode which basically goes back into the pandemic and kind of focuses on how a lot of the conflicts kind of got started. So like, it does explain why certain relationships between characters are the way they are, but the episode was so random that I was kind of like, wait, I thought I was watching like a wrong episode or even a wrong season, because it went back and really focused on and in the pandemic. And granted, like, it was all new stuff, but I was kind of like, wait, what? But there's definitely a filler episode in there, and it's kind of random, but it does just give extra context in terms of the like different relationships going on within the show. So it has its benefits, but it definitely kind of threw me for a loop. Like, why is this here? You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, let's talk about the things they cover this season. Roe versus Wade was one that a lot of folks were interested. Would that be a subject matter in this season? It absolutely is. And the other really big one is January 6th. Yep, the Capitol. Wow, these two things really shook up the world. Looking at this in terms of this show and story and plot, it is monumental how these two events just changes everything. The Roe versus Wade one is just gut-wrenching about the conversations that are had, and then the January 6th stuff, especially being in DC, is just horrific to just see it again and like seeing how it's covered. It's just woo, and there will be some major how do I put this? Some major revelations coming out of both of these events, so you're gonna have to see. So there's that. But again, with the secrets, everyone's afraid that they'll get leaked, and you have to see why. But beyond that too, talk about other descriptors. Names get spicy, names get dicey, names get emotional, and the future of UBA is all in the mix with all of this. And I'm going to say that the finale is so good. I haven't mentioned them yet, but I'm going to tell you that Chip goes nuts in the finale, and it's truly one of my favorite scenes in the entire season. I love it so much. And then there's obviously a cliffhanger with endless uncertainty. I need season 4 really bad, but because this cliffhanger is the way it is, I don't know what to say or what to think. This cliffhanger may be one of the biggest cliffhangers of any of the previous seasons, because I truly don't know what does it mean. There is some big possibilities here, but a lot of uncertainty. And when you talk about like this season overall, when you talk about some of the biggest questions, like who's behind the hack, who is, what's the fate of UBA in the 80-year history here, and this Paul Marks character, is he trustworthy? And then ultimately this cliffhanger is like, what's next? First of all, I just want to say that Jon Hamm does a fantastic job this entire season as Elon Musk. And I really did appreciate this addition to this character. I think it's very much realistic when you got this billionaire coming in trying to buy up things, don't know anything about the business, but just trying to impose his money and all sorts of other things that come with that. Obviously them covering Roe versus Wade January 6th, I thought was like really good touch to like connecting the audience to everything, because now you really get emotionally invested into like the events of the show. There's just fantastic acting up and down the board as expected. I mean, you're talking about some really high caliber actors involved with this show, and then Nicole coming in as this character Chris just is another like great addition to this already fantastic cast. I didn't even talk about Greta, and when you talk about another character that just really, it's hard. Stella is a character that is always a wild card, but even Stella has moments that just really make your heart pour, because Stella is very corporate. She's about the business, but to see Stella be broken is just one of those. It's one of those scenes that's going to really catch you by surprise. Yanko has a moment, as always, controversial. It's never not when it's with him. Across the board, there's so many good things. Mia absolutely has her moment. I really could talk about everybody, but truly, I think, again, if you've been watching this entire series thus far into the season, there's always going to be moments when a particular character is going to do something that really stands out with fantastic acting behind it. And this season just came together even better. And listen, even with Steve Carell's absence as Mitch, and Steve is a fantastic actor, and you think like, okay, if Steve's gone, who kind of fills in the gap? What's another casting addition that, to kind of keep the star power up? Again, Jon Hamm is a fantastic addition. As I mentioned, Nicole is another fantastic addition. The series does not at all disappoint. In fact, it only continues to elevate. And this was really good season. And I totally suggest, if you have not caught up with it, go do so now. There's a new episode each and every week on Wednesday. 10 episodes total. The morning show, man. One of Apple TV Plus's best series, without a doubt. And it's totally one you need to be checking out. And if you are checking it out, get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. But if not, go do yourself a favor and do so, and then come back. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.